The No New Friends podcast is brought to you by Sandpiper Vacations. For the best in vacation plannings, just visit www.sandpipervacations.com. Let them know that the No New Friends podcast sent you.
So my friend told me, he's like, go look in the mirror. So I went to the mirror and I looked and I saw the future. It is the creepiest thing.
Who's winning the Super Bowl?
It wasn't that. It was me.
He's a
future me.
Oh.
So I saw myself as an old person. My face, like I saw wrinkles. I saw so much gray hair. Like it's literally mushrooms is like putting an Instagram filter on. Like I was looking at my friend and he looked different. It was I couldn't stand there and look very long, even though I was very attractive, so I was very excited about that. It's because I'm gonna be very hot when I'm older, but it's very trippy experience. So
Wow. So Scott, have you ever take mushrooms and look in the mirror and see your future? It's just gonna be like a tombstone.
Broadcasting from the Sandpiper Vacation Studios. It's time for the No New Friends podcast. The podcast for adults who love to laugh at adulting. The good, the bad, and the funny.
Okay, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's showtime. It's showtime.
That's right, you're listening to the No New Friends podcast, voted number 1 by our friends and family, and number 3 by the Orlando Weekly Readers Poll. We are the podcast for adults who love to laugh at adulting. Now, if you'd like to connect with us on all of our social media, all of our links are right there on our website, nonewfriendspodcast.com. While you're there, check out our really sweet merchandise and join our clubhouse. Become a friend with benefits. That's our Patreon. And for as low as $2 a month, you can watch us record the entire episode live, get exclusive benefits like never before seen cutting room floor, interviews that we haven't published, and then of course you are eligible for different contests that we do sporadically here and there. Right now we are streaming live on the YouTube. We do that every Wednesday night at about 8 o'clock, and then about every other week we do NNF Reacts at about 10 p.m. Sometimes it's on YouTube, sometimes it's on Twitch. You just have to follow us, subscribe, and all that, and you'll get the notification once we go live. My name is Scott. I'm the host. With me, as always, the scumbag reselling quarter himself, Chris.
Somebody get Scott a glass of water.
Our Jewish American princess, Sarah.
Hello.
Our emotional support gay, Nick.
I thought I was the princess.
And our producer, Alex.
I'm gonna edit the shit out of this podcast.
So, Sarah, I just happened to notice in the background, there's a television on the floor. So is this a TV for ants? Have the ants now infiltrated your place and the ants are being entertained? What's going on with that TV?
Yeah, they can have the TV at this point. Yeah, it's a sacrifice to them. I have 3 TVs in the house, a 42-inch, a 55-inch, and a 70-inch. And the 70-inch decided to crap out on us entirely. I was watching it one night and went the next night to watch it, and whole screen just starts flashing every time I try and turn it on. So, almost $900 later, we have a new TV now. So, that hurts my heart.
Did you upgrade and get a bigger one?
So no, we downgrade. So we got a 65-inch to replace it, but we got a better quality TV as far as better resolution and all that.
Okay. But if Lewis is anything like me, he is bitching up a storm about the size of this television. Like he's probably putting on his reading glasses so he can see, and just real passive aggressive.
He actually had decided, the 65 inch is totally fine. It was about a $200 difference between the two sizes that we were looking at. And I actually kept looking at the bigger TV, thinking to myself, I don't want to get a smaller TV. You always, the bigger, the better, So
that's what everybody says.
Exactly. Nick knows.
I'm very familiar.
So I did not want to downgrade, but quite honestly, I think if we had gotten the bigger TV, we wouldn't have been able to get it home anyways. So it kind of worked out.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm so obsessed with large television, Sarah, that I will get a black and white, like 8-bit television just so I can have the 96-incher in my house.
If you're interested in driving an hour for $100, you can have this POS and do it that way you will.
Chris said that people will buy it. People will pay.
Yeah, I love how I suggested she should do it for $50, and she immediately was like, "No, $100."
It's a 70-inch TV, okay?
I know Scott's got money.
Scott will buy it.
We're doing
He's
100.
offered $100 before just to ride a ride, so I know he's got it in his pocket, ready to spend.
It can go with those Christmas lights that don't light up.
They do work now, and I'm glad, Nick. I'm really glad you brought that up. So. We joked about it on the podcast, but on January 6th, I went outside and
congratulations.
And I manually turned the lights to red, white, and blue. Okay. Now I got a chuckle out of it. I thought it was great. And I took some pictures and I go upstairs and I show my wife the house with the red, white, and blue lights. And she looks at me and she says, "What part of I didn't think that was funny did you not understand?"
Oh my gosh.
Like one of the worst phrases, right, Chris?
There's not many more that are worse than that.
Right. Well, fine. That one's
that's
sure.
up there.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I want a divorce because they're all pretty bad.
Right.
Really,
I put them all in the
just
same category.
it depends on the
want.
tone that you say it in.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Do what you want. Oh, do what you want.
Yeah.
it could be taken two different ways. Honestly, you could say, "Oh, you know what? Just do what you want," or you could be like, "You can do whatever you want." You know what I mean? So honestly, from a woman's perspective, it goes either way.
To me, equally as terrifying.
Nick, I let me backtrack. A wife's attitude is something that happens when us men piss off our wives. Okay. Now I know Remy thinks that you have a wife, but you do not. So I just wanted to educate you on what happens.
Yeah, and we never fight. We're just perfect angels.
Right. Exactly. Oh, you're two dudes. It's
Same,
great.
exactly.
Pat each other on the ass. Say good game. So my wife says, "I don't like this," and I said, "Well, I do," and I'm showing my support for our country, our great country, America. And she said, "Take it down right now." I said, No, it's great. It's fine. It's going to switch tomorrow anyway. She goes, "Take the effing lights down right now." So my tail between my legs, I walk downstairs and I switch the lights back to all white because that's what she
good.
wanted.
So also proper celebration for the holiday.
I guess so. I didn't think about that. Maybe I should have put a different color on, purple. I don't know, something else, not white.
Scott changes to all white, then comes running into her. Light power.
But your neighborhood reacted fine, right?
Oh yeah. They thought. I had a joke.
Scott's an honorary mayor of his town now. Are you kidding?
I am the mayor.
There's a day named after Scott now. This guy's a real stand-up guy. Let me tell you.
Well, and that's the thing is my wife was like, I don't want people in the neighborhood to think that we support, January 6th. And I'm like, why? They all do. It's fine. Like, who cares? We're going to blend in now. It's no big deal.
That's like giving out the full size candy bars on Halloween. They drive by on January 6th, see the red, white, and blue. You're the cool house on the block.
Right.
You should have put the fog machines outside just for that day and just had like the J6 choir playing on repeat. And then you could have given out like Constitution booklets at your door or something, like something really.
Gone outside, held a Bible upside down.
You bring it everywhere you go. No, I thought it was in good taste. Scott. I commend you for it.
Thank you.
So I hope that Rachel doesn't listen to this episode.
Right. Well, here's the thing. So I did try to change the lights to a different color tonight, red and white for Alabama. Nick Saban retired. I'm locked out of the app, Chris. I can't get onto the app.
So, she hit you with the parental controls.
They did. She did. I have to.
Are you sure you just weren't out of range? I know you have to be like 5 feet from the lights to change them.
I was right there. I was plugged in directly to the lights. Access denied. Access denied. Access denied. So, it's funny, Chris, you and I recently have discovered how crazy people are. Like, I know people are crazy over politics, but especially Trump people. They love the internet. So we posted a video on the TikTok making fun of Joe Biden for something that he said. And Chris's brilliant editing cuts it right off at the end, so it makes Biden sound terrible.
I learned from the best. CNN and Fox News has taught me well.
4.1 million views on this video, and
yes, half of them were Scott because he was just wanted to inflate the views. Half of them were Scott. Just disclaimer.
That is correct. No, but I mean, it's super exciting. You can follow us on TikTok. Our link is right there on our website. See what I did there? That's called a shameless plug. But people are nuts. They think it's real. They think that Biden actually said it in the context that we posted it. And I'm like, wow, how dangerous the internet is.
People think it's AI. They're like, this is a horrible deep fake. This doesn't even sound real.
Call it a deep fake. I'm like,
that's our president. Hate to say it, but he did blame Elton John for spending $6 billion on AIDS. He did. That was an actual thing that our president said. It's been really fun. So I strongly encourage anybody at home to be an internet troll. It is
so much fun.
Listen, I have really long work days. I'm very there's a lot of stuff I do.
It seems like you have really long work days, Chris, because let me tell you,
he responded to like all 4 million people too in the comments.
That's what I mean.
That was
by
me.
Work.
That was me.
Well, you have to. The best part about it is you get a pro-Trump person and you say something pro-Trump, and then you get a pro-Biden person, you say something pro-Biden, and you just sprinkle in like really, like if when someone's being an idiot, then you just go all in on just trolling them. And people, I have never, ever been on TikTok or Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts and watched a video and ever felt compelled to comment on a video.
No.
Where does that compulsion come from?
You press the plus button and then you move on.
And like most of the time I don't even like the videos because I'm like, it's got 20,000 likes already. I don't need to like this just so that I know that I like it. The only time I comment is when I tag someone. People are like commenting on this stuff, like really genuinely, like I was the one who recorded Joe Biden saying that, or it is the most bizarre thing, or that I am Joe Biden. Like, you piece of shit. Why would you say this?
Right.
I was like, ma'am, I just posted it. Like, I have no idea why you said this. You can decide. It is the most bizarre thing in the world. We'll have to.
But we love those comments. We love. I mean,
that's the best part about it. That's why I do it.
Yeah, 4,000 comments. And then we had 374,000 likes. Sick brag. I know.
It's yeah. We're going to have to compile like the best comments, the best of, and we'll have to read them on the show. I sent you one today, Scott, but I can't even repeat on the show.
And there's comments within the comments too. So that means people are reading other people's comments and commenting.
There are master debaters on these comments.
I'm one of those. I'm a master debater.
There are like it has turned into a full-blown discussion board between people, and it's like what do you do? Like, how do you have all this time? It's like 3 a.m, Karen. Like, why are you commenting to Jermaine about why Trump deserves 8 more years instead of just 4? Like, I don't get it. I have no idea.
It feels like Jimmy Buffett all over again. Honestly.
People did not like that Jimmy Buffett video.
No.
They did not like that Jimmy Buffett video.
Yeah. All I was doing was just quoting the names of his songs. Right. You don't like that. You got to take it up with the dead guy, not me.
I mean, also, if you are watching and commenting, at least go watch the rest of them and then like it and share it with your friends. And we need these views, please.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
We all want to quit our jobs.
Yeah, I got kids. Yes. That's, I was going to say the kids through college or whatever. Yes, we want to quit our jobs. Also, Chris, we monetized YouTube, which is super exciting. And now,
very exciting.
It's just another way that you can support us with the super chat. And every week we'll do kind of a giveaway. If we start getting a lot of the super chats, we'll do a giveaway, a nice giveaway like the NNF hoodies or whatnot. So are you guys ready for word of the week?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Praise your Savior, let him speak. It's Lord Remy's word of the week.
What is going on, everybody? It is I, Lord Remy, with your word of the week. And that word is sumptuous. Sumptuous is an adjective used to describe something that is luxurious, extravagant, or of high quality, especially in terms of appearance, taste, or comfort. It is often used to convey the idea of abundance, richness, or opulence. Opulence? I think that's the word. Opulency, whatever. Opulence. Particularly in relation to food, furnishings, surroundings, or experiences. The word sumptuous has a rich etymological history. It traces its origins to Latin and Old French. In Latin, the Latin word sumptuous served as a precursor to sumptuous. Sumptuous was derived from sumptus, meaning cost or expense. In Latin, the term denoted something that involved significant cost or expenditure. In Old French, as Latin evolved into Old French, the term transitioned to sumptuous in the 12th century. Old French had a considerable influence on the development of the English language, and during this period, the word began to take on the form we recognize today as sumptuous. Over time, sumptuous entered Middle English, retaining its meaning of being associated with lavishness, expense, and luxury. The word has since been used to describe things that are splendid, magnificent, or characterized by a degree of extravagance. It has become a versatile term used in various contexts, including descriptions of food, clothing, architecture, and experiences. All right, guys, now here is your joke, all right? How is playing bridge similar to sex? If you don't have a good partner, you better have a good hand. And there you guys have it. That is your word of the week, and that word is sumptuous.
This is Abby with the correct pronunciations to last week's word of the week and the words I'm learning in middle school. So last week's word of the week, what a f***ing mess.
Abby, you can't say that.
Sorry, Dad. I didn't know you could hear me. And did you really forget Nick in your definition and say he has a wife? Remy, tell me where you were on January 6th without telling me you stormed the Capitol. Last week, Chris said that his head itches because he puts too much product in his hair, or something like that. Be so for real, Chris. You have so much dandruff, your lice thinks it's snowing. So, this week's middle school word of the week is simp. I'll give you a correct definition. Simp is when a guy is overly submissive to a girl and gains nothing from it. Absolutely nothing. It's so bad that other guys cringe and feel ashamed when seeing them. So the only one on this podcast who's a simp is my dad. My dad will do just anything to go to Costco, and Rachel always says no. I don't get it. Why does he want to go wholesale shopping so bad? That's all for me. Slay queens.
Oh my God.
That was perfect. All I can say is she's going to be very busy next week with a lot of mispronounced words.
I know. We might have to do an after dark episode just to put her word of the week at the end of it.
Oh my gosh. I get that was another really fun one to write. And we weren't going to do one this week, but the simp was such a mess last week that I was like, oh, I've got the perfect thing.
Did you have her drop an F-bomb in real life?
No, in the script it's freaking, but I edited it perfect.
It sounded like it was so funny.
You're a good dad, because I would have been like, I need you to say this.
No. Yeah, as I was editing it, I had to stop because I was laughing so hard at that. And you know, the beauty part of Abby's segment is I could say the joke and it's crickets. But when I have her talking about Costco and all that, and she has no idea what it means, you know, we don't talk about it, but we all know and our listeners know, and it's just funny. And then, you know, that little innocence and all that. So we have fun with those. Okay, so obviously, you know, Kat's kind of out of the bag. I am Nick's client that's a pain in the ass and going to Jamaica.
You are?
No,
it's me.
I didn't know this.
It's me.
What?
Yeah. So I'm the one that's going to go to the nude beach and do all that stuff and all that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight, not a New Year's resolution, but I'm trying to kind of get into shape a little bit and, you know, not like, you know, shred or, you know, anything like that. I just want to not look like a albino beached whale. But Nick, you're also kind of on a New Year's diet as well, right?
Yeah, so I'm trying to start a new one. So as you guys all know, I do cannabis. I eat quite a few edibles. And usually, so we kind of started talking about it briefly too with edibles. So there's so many different types out there now that you can go and buy from the stores. So you can buy your traditional gummies. So like a gummy bear essentially to eat, and it has cannabis.
I love gummy bears.
I know, and that's the bad thing is they make these
cannabis. I thought you said cannibal. I thought that was like a gay slang thing because you eat meat.
Same thing. So they have gummies and they make them so freaking delicious is the bad thing. But if you eat more, that just means you're more high.
Right.
Nick,
I can put almost a half a bag of what's the gummy bear brand with the H? The Harbor.
Starts with an H.
Yeah.
I know.
Haribo.
What is it?
It's like the gold. It's
Haribo.
Haribo. Yeah.
Yeah, nobody knows the name.
No, it doesn't matter.
Like a gold bag.
Yeah,
you know
a
what it
gold
looks
bag.
like.
Yes,
Yeah,
I can put away an entire half a bag by myself. So
And
I'd
that's
be
the thing too. It's like
screwed.
when you take edibles, sometimes there's basically three strands, but there's one that gives you hunger. So you just snack all the time. So anytime we do that,
I have that.
I eat a lot. And then there's some that calm me down some as well too. There's candy bars. Sean and I went to the store the one time, the dispensary, to buy some stuff. They literally had an entire candy bar selection. And there was like s'mores flavored and caramel flavored and this and that. And it's like, I was a kid in a candy store. But they also now have liquid stuff that you can add. So kind of like those Mio enhancers you can add to your water. So they have
weed Neo now?
Yeah, weed Mio, basically.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they have mints, which the mints are amazing because they're like smaller. So they're like microdose. So I can just eat on them all day. So I used to do it at my old job. But a friend of mine came over the other night and we decided to try something different. So we had some mushrooms.
Wow, that's very different, actually.
That's way different.
Yeah.
So not like a mushroom, like a penis head mushroom. Like an actual mushroom.
I was thinking like a pizza topping mushroom.
Yeah, I was that. My mind did not go there, Nick.
It's kind of like that, but they're psychedelic.
Okay.
So I tried
That's where my mind always goes.
I tried my
Psychedelic.
very first psychedelic mushroom.
Wow, what did you
past weekend.
fantasize about me?
I mean, obviously everything. All the time. I do that without the mushrooms. So it was my first experience, and it was very enjoyable. I didn't get the munchies.
Well, because you ate already.
Yeah, I'd already had the mushroom, which I looked like a professional druggie doing this because my friend actually had them in a capsule form. So instead of putting it, so you can take it as a pill if you want now.
What's the fun of that?
It's so much easier than it used to be.
Chris, we'll let those two talk. We'll take this segment off.
Yeah. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick.
Me and Sarah got this.
Yeah.
It's so much easier, but he said it's faster to take it out of the capsule and just put it on a plate and lick it. So we're licking mushroom dust basically off of a plate.
It's awful, right?
It tastes disgusting. It's a weird consistency in your mouth, which I'm used to. But so yeah, so it kicked in. It kicked in, and it was a lot of fun. Like we're sitting there watching music videos on the TV, and just like everything was just very like the fonts. Like my mind just like morphed like the words on the TV, and they looked like very just like 50s retro. Like
I think that's just dyslexia.
it might have been that too.
Was it like it is in the movies where like the
exactly
the colors
just like the movies
like
colors were merging, like the audio sounds that I was hearing were like very morphed as well too.
It's you don't hallucinate, it's enhancing is what it is.
I feel like I had heard before that you have hallucinations, but it wasn't that at all.
Chris, I'm thinking we should try some
for research.
I think I'd die of anxiety.
Dude,
it helps the anxiety.
It's so fun.
No, I'm so okay. I don't have anxiety, but in my past, when I used to, smoke some weed, super paranoid, and not paranoid that like, oh, the cops are coming. It was more like, is this going to kill me? The whole time I thought this is going to kill me. I'm having a heart attack.
That's the guy that drinks a shit ton of Diet Coke. But so my friend told me, he's like, go look in the mirror. So I went to the mirror and I looked and I saw the future. It is the creepiest thing.
Who's winning the Super Bowl?
It wasn't that. It was me.
He saw
future me.
Future.
Oh.
So I saw myself as an old person. My face, like I saw wrinkles. I saw so much gray hair. Like it's literally mushrooms is like putting an Instagram filter on. Like I was looking at my friend and he looks different. It was, I couldn't stand there and look very long, even though I was very attractive. So I was very excited about that. It's because I'm going to be very hot when I'm older, but it's very trippy experience. So.
Wow. So Scott, if you ever take mushrooms and look in the mirror and see your future, it's just gonna be like a tombstone.
So just don't do what I did. I'll tell you, last time that this happened for me was
yesterday.
Probably like 2000. No, it's been a while. It's probably like 2015, 2016. But I ate some and then was like, this isn't working. So I ate more and then they all kicked in at the same time.
No.
But it was so much fun. I was hanging out in a barn, kind of out in the middle of the woods.
That sounds hot. What were you
became
wearing?
friends with. Listen, I was back and forth with a blanket. I was going between hot and cold, so I felt like feverish for a second, but not really. Listen, it was a lot. But I did become friends with a moth that was huge. I named it Sigourney Weaver. Yes, because it was as ugly as her name is, so I figured they go together. I know. That sounds awful, but it's true. I was like, ooh, that's ugly. I'm going to name it Sigourney Weaver. And I hung out with it for a good majority of the night, or so it felt like. And then I'll tell you, I left really late at night. The only thing that was open was Wendy's. I went there and I was so excited. I got my burger, my fries, everything. I got home. I sat on the bed, crisscross applesauce. All right. I unfolded all my food. And I took one bite and lost it because the burger was square. And I haven't eaten Wendy's since that night. And I won't even look at it. Like, it still freaks me out.
Wait, hold on.
What
It
made
made
it
you
freak
sick
you
or
out?
it scared you?
No, it didn't scare me, but something about a square patty, like, is just not normal to me. But I know that you can press it into any size, like any shape.
A ground up cow. I mean, I don't think that's how cow is supposed to look like either. Like a circle.
A Mickey Mouse shaped burger is fine though.
But where else do you get a square burger except for Wendy's?
Well, I have a story about that too, but
Crystals?
well, yeah. Wendy's
So
is
it's
actually
been years.
Wendy's was stolen from an idea based on a restaurant in Lima that had square burgers.
Really?
Called Kewpie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Everything starts in Lima, I feel like.
It does. Yeah.
Except it started in Lima with Glee.
Yeah.
Because nerds used to get picked on in high school, and now they're like the
Yeah.
cool kids. It's, it's weird.
Go Lima. Lima losers. Yeah, it's for me, like I had a phobia essentially of drugs and trying it, and I was very scared to try out. Even when I tried weed for the first time, it was not until like 6 years ago. It was very euphoric and very uplifting, and it's like we were watching this music video, and it was about this girl drinking alcohol, and he's like, "This video is perfect to see when you are high, because you see what alcohol does to you." And it just made the person look very depressed and sad. And it's like, we were just so happy and high on life at that point. And it's like, even though you're on shrooms, like you have full control of your body, where with alcohol, you don't. So I'm now an advocate for mushrooms too.
Oh.
So
We
yeah.
You hear
the
that,
Nerd
kids?
Friends
Do
podcast.
drugs.
Yeah.
Dude, drugs are good.
You're undoing everything that Nancy Reagan tried to do, Nick.
Hey, Scott, when you have to fulfill this poll for content, let me know and we'll go to Disney.
Oh my God. Disney would be freaking amazing.
Listen,
I know.
I didn't say
God.
that I was going to do what the poll says. I'm, that costs money, either Patreon or whatever. I don't do things for free. Now, for $1, yeah, I'll do just about anything.
For every $2 you donate,
I will pay you $1 to do it.
100% of the votes right now say that Scott should try shrooms.
We'll see about that. We'll see about that. Well, speaking of seeing things, Chris, you've been seeing a thing. You haven't seen your penis in a while because of the weight gain, but you've been seeing other things.
Okay, pulling back the curtain, because we don't have New Friends After Dark anymore. That is not part of the transition that I gave you permission to give, just for the record. It was just you've seen something that wasn't really. Anyway,
Sorry, I didn't write it down. I can't follow the script.
Anyway. So this happened actually. I can't believe I did not tell this story. This happened 2 months ago. I guess it was so emotionally scarring. This happened about 2 months ago when I wasn't getting around great yet. I had just started driving. Not comfortably even, but I had just started driving, and I'm
like, do you just got your license because you're finally for
the first time in my life? Yes, yeah. I'm finally of age and of height. So I'm sorry, I'm very distracted by Chef in the chat. So anyway, he's sorry. What is going on?
What's going on is him and a bunch of the cooks are watching and trolling tonight and having a blast.
Oh, good. I just started driving again for the first time. Just finally felt comfortable. I couldn't really walk that great yet, right? So,
is this because of the diabetes, or
I don't know if you know this, Scott, but I tore my Achilles tendon back over the summer.
Can you tell us that story?
So, after this story, I will transition to that story. So I pull around the corner and there's a guardrail, and I live in New Jersey. I have to put all this context back. I live in New Jersey. I just moved into this neighborhood not too long ago, but I don't live in the middle of the woods. It's a suburban town. I look at the guardrail and there's a fucking wolf.
A wolf.
There's a wolf at the guardrail.
A lone wolf.
Like an actual lone wolf. Like a wolf. Like it's a wolf. I'm like, why is there a wolf here?
Say wolf again for me.
Wolf.
It sounds like he's saying woof. Just woof.
Yeah. No, maybe I am. It's a wolf.
Giving subtle hints.
It's undoubtedly.
He's giving subtle hints to the gays out there.
This was undoubtedly a wolf. So I'm thinking to myself, it's like, well, I have to pull over and get out and see if this is a wolf, because why is there a wolf in my neighborhood? Right. So I get out of the car, I pull over and I get out, and by myself, I hobble over. Like I'm walking like very labored. Like if this wolf came and tried to attack me, I would have been dead, because I just can't. But I'm thinking, like,
are you sure it wasn't a dog?
Well, listen, I had to find out, because I'm like, okay, this is a wolf. I need, like, when will I ever have another opportunity to see this in the wild? Like, if this was a wolf, I need to know.
Wolf.
So
There's an L.
I'm looking for it. I'm scanning the area. Then I hear some crackling in the brush. And I'll go over and this wolf is staring at me. It's a wolf.
Wolf.
It's not a fox. This thing's huge. At least 1.5 times my size.
So if it's not a fox, what did the wolf say?
Well, he was very quiet. He was trying to sneak up on me. So it's this thing is a wolf, and I took some pictures. I took a video, and I hobbled back to my car, and off I went. And I called my mom. I was like, "You will never believe this. I just saw a wolf." And she's like, "Why would you get out of your car?
Right.
If you saw a wolf, you can't even walk. Why would you get out of your car?" Like, what if I thought? Go ahead.
If it was me, it would be for content. But I know that you're not always thinking that way, right?
You know that thing I talked to you about, Scott, where I have to touch things with both hands?
Yes.
If I see something that I'm not sure if that's what I saw, I have to confirm what this thing is. So it was half mental that I had to stop for this. So I'm like I need to look at this thing for at least 3 more seconds just to be at peace with my mind. Like, I need to see this because it was so quick that I ran out of this guardrail because it was afraid of me. So I'm looking at the pictures at a red light. On the phone with my mom, I was like this is a like there's a we have to like I'm about to go on Twitter to see like if a wolf escaped from a wolf sanctuary that I know is like
you don't have to do that anymore.
iPhone,
you can click on the little pet icon and it'll take you to the internet and find like reverse Google image search.
Yeah, this one didn't say wolf. This one actually this one said coyote. It was indeed a coyote.
A coyote.
Having which is equally as scary.
It's weird that he would be out there. Like, he usually tries to catch the road runner, not the slow elephant. I don't know.
Yeah, so it's the slow man. So knowing that it's now a coyote, now I'm scared. Now I need to defend myself and my family. Got a daughter on the way. I have a dog. So what is the only thing to do when there's a vicious, maybe, animal that looks like a wolf, size of a wolf, but it's a coyote? How do you defend yourself against a coyote? Do you get a bow and arrow? Do you get a weapon? Get a baton? Naturally, I went to Home Depot. I bought a can of black paint, and I found my nearest brick wall, and I just painted a train tunnel.
Alex inserted meet me here.
Problem solved.
You got a box from Acme. Oh, that was good. That was really funny.
I feel like that story was bordering Chris on Jersey Man, Florida Man for sure, because it felt like that was very Floridian of him to get out of the car.
Right. But like everything I said was not even exaggerated. It's like, I need to see this for my own eyes, because like it darted underneath so quick. I was like, if this is somebody's dog, I have to go rescue it somehow. If this is a wolf, I need to call the police. Like, I don't know. Like, I need to do something about this thing.
So he draws a tunnel. All right, you guys ready to play Jersey Man, Florida Man?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Whether flipping a fan boat or crashing a truck, these states are filled with people who suck. So it's time for us to play New Jersey Man versus Florida Man.
Hey guys, this is Ryan coming to you from the No New Friends newsroom, located this week at a nude beach. Don't worry, I'm fully clothed. They asked me to cover up after I kept on drawing a crowd. I hate it when that happens. Anyways, this is a first for me. I've never been to one of these.
Hello.
Stephen Hawking? How are you doing here? The afterlife not have a handicap ramp?
Where the midgets at?
Stephen, we don't use that word anymore. We call them little people. And there's not going to be any here on the...
Look.
Chris Yob? Chris, I thought you wouldn't be caught dead in one of these places. You really are going all out trying to avoid your plans with Dane. Chris, I didn't know you had a tramp stamp tattoo. What's it say? Nick parking only? Okay, percentage keeps going higher and higher. Speaking of Nick, there he is over there. He's sure got no shame.
That guy gives me a raging eyebrow twitch.
A raging eyebrow twitch? That's both sad and disgusting, Steven. I know Lewis and Sarah won't be here. They're both exhausted after spending all weekend having to brush the hair of 2 little children. Which is strange, because that's how Scott spent his weekend, even though his daughter's at her mother's house. Though I think Lewis and Sarah had to do it because of lice. Oddly, Scott and lice have a lot in common. Most notably, they both avoid African Americans. What's all that commotion over there? Somebody said a beluga whale washed up on shore. Wait, that's not a beluga whale. That's Scott. Guys, stop trying to push him back in the water. God, Scott, you're so white. Scott, you're so white you look like you'd buy your wife a charcuterie board for Christmas. Well, Scott, looks like you've been really taking advantage of that manscaping sponsorship. Either that or you have lice. Well, while Steven's stuck in the sand back there, I'm going to sneak out of here and we'll get into this week's Florida Man or Jersey Man. And for our first story, a man is sentenced to 8 years in jail for hurling racial slurs at a neighbor. And for our second story, a man stole $400 worth of shellfish.
All right. Sarah, you've got racial slurs or stolen shellfish.
Well, racial slurs are down here constantly, so I'm going to just go ahead and say the shellfish is Florida.
Okay. Nick?
Yeah, I'm with you. I feel like that's just normal every day in Scott's neighborhood. So shellfish, Florida.
All right. Chris?
I'm going to do shellfish, New Jersey. Theft, I'm going to go Jersey, you know?
Yeah. I may have screwed up the descriptions of the news story because I thought it was racial slurs and then stolen shellfish. Anyway, doesn't matter. Because I think he's trying to throw us for a loop.
Racial shellfish.
It doesn't. Maybe racial shellfish. I think he's trying to throw us for a loop because clearly we're all going to guess the racism Florida. But I'm going to go the stolen clamshells Florida, which is I think what we've all said now. And then the racial slurs are New Jersey. So I don't know. Let's find out the answer.
So our first story is from New Jersey, where a 47-year-old man is facing 8 years in jail after he was caught on a viral video yelling racial slurs at a black neighbor. Damn, Scott, you weren't kidding when you said you had family in New Jersey. That means our second story is from Florida, where in Orlando, a man is accused of stealing over $400 worth of crab legs and 2 cans of cat food from a Winn-Dixie grocery store.
I heard about this.
Nick doesn't care about this because Nick doesn't like to eat seafood. Is it really any shocker that Nick doesn't like to eat things that taste or smell like fish? Told me he didn't care for beavers either. And in other news, you may have heard of the Alaskan flight that had the door plug fly off mid-flight. The plug flew off with such force it blew the shirt off a 15-year-old boy that was sitting nearby. Nice. Steven, how the hell did you even get in here? Anyways, Boeing says they're taking full responsibility for the incident. Well, no shit, Sherlock. You built the plane. Who the hell else you gonna blame? Anyways, that's it for me this week, guys. We'll talk to you next week.
Bravo for the Stephen Hawking
drops. That was very good. It was a very good one. Maybe one of the most offensive jokes he's ever told, but I love it. But nice job.
So enough of that, guys. Get out of the way. It's my turn to talk. I'm gay.
Nick's on the mic, so it's time to take notice. And if you don't like it, that's homophobic. Stay the hell out of his way. Move, I'm gay.
I love that everybody dances every time that song comes on. It's like
it's one of the best jingles that we have.
That's pretty amazing. So I know Scott came out of the closet already and said that he's my client. So yes, so it's official. So we don't really have too much to talk about, I guess, until your trip. On that,
I'm sure we will as we get closer.
Yeah, because I'm surprised that I haven't gotten any requests yet. Because you guys have a butler, so right. I'm waiting for like those requests to come in. Because
are you gonna get one on vacation too, Scott?
Actually, I need like a case of water. Because believe it or not, I drink a lot of water in the middle of the night, and I'm not going to drink tap water. It's Jamaica. Who knows what?
They don't have McDonald's Diet Coke or for us.
Okay, Nick. I'm glad you brought this up. I'm very concerned about this because I don't know what I'm going to do without my Fountain Diet Coke. Mm-hmm. Like, can the butler run to a 7-Eleven?
I don't know if they have those. I don't know what they have on
there. Does 7-Eleven, Mon? Would they have one of those? 7-Eleven Mon?
Just say Mon after everything. And you're good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Probably.
Wow. Why is that racist? If I go to Texas, I talk like this. That's not racist. That's just trying to fit in.
You ask for sugar from your neighbor. You talk like that, Scott. What are you talking about in Texas?
You can't just walk around and say "mom" to anybody.
We are going to have a serious conversation at some point because. Yeah, I know we've got to give you.
That stays between you and your white friends, Scott.
I know we've got to give you the liquor list, and I do need a case of water. And do you know the coffee machine?
Coffee machine?
Is it an espresso or is it Keurig? Because I'm going to need an espresso.
I have to look at my pictures again. I think it was an espresso.
Okay, good. Then we're good. I also need like a sweetened creamer, also like not regular creamer.
Okay, now you're asking way too much. That's not part of what we sign up for. No,
Chris can get a shower chair. I can't get some flavored creamers.
No.
The same gas station you get your Diet Coke from. You can get your flavored creamer. You'll be fine.
Bring her from the States. And that's the thing that I want to talk about is just with my clients, I make sure that you guys have everything available and ready for you once you arrive at the resort. So that's one of the cool things about working with a travel advisor is if you book directly online, you're not going to get the level of service of having water ahead of time ready and available at your resort, or making sure that the right beer is stocked in the fridge for you, or the right champagne, or a booster seat in your shower. So working with a travel advisor is definitely what I want to talk about. Something that I'm super proud of and super excited that I just announced yesterday. My travel agency is Sandpiper Vacations. We're officially what is called earmarked with Disney. So earmarked is a status.
I see what they did. The Mickey ears. Yeah, that's cute.
It just caught up to you a day later. So our agency just got earmarked. Basically, just means Disney recognizes us now as an authorized Disney travel planner. As an agency, we now have a special logo that we get to use from Disney that says we're authorized Disney planner. We get special invites to other events that might be coming up or new cruise ships coming out. And just the super awesome recognition that Disney is recognizing our travel agency specifically means a whole lot. And we're so thankful to our clients over the past 3 years that have gotten us to this level, because not a lot of travel agencies gets to be earmarked. And we have to meet certain sales requirements and different goals and stuff like that. So
awesome.
That's a huge deal, Nick.
Yeah, it was something huge.
Congratulations.
I was working towards it. You have to have 2 years in a row, essentially, of a sales goal. And unfortunately, the first year we opened our agency was when the cruise industry was down. So my sales, unfortunately, weren't there. But we got it within 3 years, which is an amazing deal to get. So we're very proud of that and very excited that we were able to finally announce it. As I've known since October now. So,
and what do they call it?
It's called earmarked.
Earmarked.
Yeah. So there's basically 3 different levels.
Awesome.
We're just in the silver level right now. But we'll keep working our way up and continue serving our clients and getting you guys, just a better level of service, because we're so knowledgeable and trained on it. I have a training tomorrow that's 3.5 hours long on Adventures by Disney. So yeah, it's been an exciting, busy week. So.
That's cool. Now, Nick, a lot's going on at Disney right now. The dining plan's back. There's a lot of confusion with the reservation system. What's going on with the reservation system right now?
So basically, if you're just a regular person that doesn't have an annual pass, pretty much, if you book a Disney vacation that is a date-based ticket, you don't have to have park reservations anymore. Which is an awesome thing, because it was very annoying. The park reservation system was implemented because of COVID to try to make sure that the parks weren't at capacity or over capacity, and super long lines and just full of crowds. And they finally, after how many years now of has COVID been? Scott, COVID is a virus.
COVID ended on election day, Nick.
Yeah. That the Democrats did. So the reservation system is basically gone now for almost everybody, except for I think you guys with annual passes. You guys still have to do a reservation, don't you?
Yeah, I believe so. But
I can tell you right now. No.
But what's up?
And it just ended yesterday. Yesterday was the first day of it. So
yeah,
right now.
And then park hopping.
Yeah, park hopping went away. 'Cause previously, you couldn't park hop until 2 PM, which was annoying. Now you can park hop at any time. So
That's all, regardless of the pass.
So park hopping is back for all passes now. And
nice.
You can park hop at any time of day. So you don't have to wait until 2 PM anymore, which, like I said, was annoying. So.
And I'm going to Epcot and Hollywood Studios and maybe Animal Kingdom tomorrow. We're doing rope drop to close, so hopefully I'll have some stories from that. I'm going with my dad and my sister.
Oh, cool!
That's gonna be a long day.
And that's what I don't still have to make reservations.
Yeah. No, pass holders still do. Yeah,
you still have to make a reservation. I think for annual passes to get in the first one, and then you can.
I got so excited.
So that part's still a little bit annoying, but everything else is basically back to normal at Disney. Dining plans are back, the discounts, free dining plan for summertime guests right now. So it's a good time to book with us.
I don't understand that. Free dining plan.
Yeah. So here's the thing with the free dining plan. Technically it is free, but there could be better savings out there for you as well too. And that's why working with a travel advisor that is educated on the different offers that are available from Disney, because there's like 3 different promotions out there. So with the dining plan, you're basically paying full price for your hotel portion and your tickets. If you want to go with a different option where you don't get the dining plan, you can get your discounted resorts where it's cheaper to stay. Yeah. Does that make sense? Because I have an entire pie chart basically over here with all those details on it. So, yeah. So Disney is still confusing, even though things are back to normal. So work with a travel agent is the biggest thing that I can tell anybody out there.
Gotcha. And this just in chat, in our YouTube chat. And if you want to follow along and chat with us, just subscribe to our YouTube channel and you can watch us and, interact. According to Remy in his last episode, he explained all this with the reservation system and all that. And no doubt he didn't make any mistakes and gave perfectly accurate information. So make sure you listen to this past episode of Remy's Roundtable, because I'm sure that there were no mistakes whatsoever.
Can't wait to give that a listen.
Yes.
In other travel news, something super exciting as well happened last week. Chris is going to come visit me in Ohio. No, he's not. I wish. He's like, I am.
I got excited because of all the content.
That would be awesome if Chris came to visit. But I know he's expecting a baby in the next few months here. So
Emily is too.
Trip out there. Oh, yeah. Forgot about you, Emily. Sorry. I got an invite by Royal Caribbean to go sailing on their brand new cruise ship. So
wow, the icon
of the seas.
Wow.
So this ship is ginormous. So this is the world's largest cruise ship. Previously, they had 4 different records for the world's largest cruise ships with the Harmony, the Symphony, Oasis. So this brand new ship literally just arrived in Miami today as we were recording this. And
wow.
Sean and I got invited as a travel agency to go on a special preview sailing next weekend. So we're going on a 3-night cruise.
Next weekend already?
Yeah,
oh my god.
It's already here next weekend. So literally just got invited last week. So just found out that I'm going on the Icon of the Seas to check it out and showcase it to you guys. So I got to be one of the very first people to experience it. And, show this ginormous ship out to you. So.
Wow. Well, just be careful. The only ship that comes to mind that bragged about how big they were and they were the biggest ship to ever sail didn't end too well.
Yeah. But at least I'll be in Titanic. At least I'll be in the Caribbean, so it'll be warmer.
Oh, that's
that is
true.
No
that's
icebergs.
True,
yeah. Just move over so both of you can fit on the door.
I was going to say there is a whale down in Jamaica, a white one named Scott. So.
If you do get lost at sea, Scott told me that Epstein Island is pretty nice this time of year. So.
Nick, just text us when you land and have fun.
I will. Yeah, so you can follow us along. We are going to be posting all over social media on Instagram and Facebook at Sandpiper Vacations. If you want to go on a vacation, please contact me on sandpipervacations.com and make sure you mention the No New Friends podcast.
Thank you, Nick.
Alex, I think I joked about death too much this episode. You ever just feel like a cleanse from No New Friends?
Oh, yeah, always. Every Wednesday after I get done editing the podcast, I need a cleanse.
Yeah, just like a little bit of family-friendly content, right?
Something wholesome.
You have a recommendation?
Our other podcast, the Disney History Podcast, I think would be a great alternative.
Do I have to like Disney?
I mean, it helps.
All right, well, because I love Disney.
Well, that's really good. That's a good start.
Where can I listen to this podcast that I record with you?
Well, our podcast comes out every Tuesday, but if you want, you can also go to our YouTube channel, Diz His Pod, and we have all of our past episodes up on there. We also are on all social media under Diz His Pod. We do post every week, and we also have our own Patreon, just like No New Friends.
Really? I'm going to have to go check this podcast out that we do together.
Yes, I would love if you listen to our podcast once in a while.
Chris, what do you got coming up on Diz this week?
We have a special guest, Sophisticated Gentleman, on this week.
Nice.
On Diz His. We talk about Pinocchio. Yeah, that's it. We talk about Pinocchio. Scary movie when you're little. You appreciate it more when you get older. It's like gay people. Like, they're scary when you're younger, but then when I got older, I really appreciate it.
I thought you were going to say it's kind of like being gay, where you're like, Pinocchio, please lie. tell me a lie.
So you're going to tune into that one. It's a fun one. One of the oldest not one of the oldest movies, but it's pretty old. It's
one of the oldest Disney full length.
Yeah. Scott was invited at the premiere.
Opening night. Mm-hmm. Chris, you got any Cliff Notes?
I do.
It's been quite the show. A lot of stuff's happened, so nothing can stop this little boy from recapping the day the Chris's Cliff Notes way.
First of all, Nick is wearing a shirt that says Virgin on it, for those who aren't watching. You should be watching, but if you're not, he does indeed have a shirt that says Virgin. Is Ryan okay with you borrowing his shirt?
Sophisticated Gentleman.
I say SG.
Yeah. SG. Sarah talked about her TV. It just kept flashing before it crapped on her. Nick and I just called that a Friday night. I would have kept it.
2 guys, 1 cup.
Oh man. Whew. I love how I write these and then I'm reading them like, oh man, who wrote this for me? I shouldn't be saying this one. Sarah has a TV that is broken in the middle of her room. I didn't really understand the reason for holding on to something useless that just gets in the way. Then I remembered we used to have a 5th host on this podcast.
Oh my God.
I get it, Sarah. Something just hard to let go. The original joke is way more direct. We talked about our TikTok that went viral of Joe Biden blaming Elton John for AIDS. The last time something that went that viral was apparently when Elton John caused AIDS. According to Joe Biden. Scott made Abby say a joke about how I have dandruff. I guess I can just add that to the list of along with being able to experience a long life. These are things that I can do that Scott can't. Nick described himself as a kid in the candy shop today. I haven't heard that expression since Scott described his trunk to me.
Oh my God.
I don't know what it means. Sarah was telling a story, and this is actually true. This is his reaction. Sarah was telling a story, and she talked about how she sat crisscross applesauce. And for those who aren't watching at home, Scott actually gave her a dirty look. This is true. I was trying to figure it out. Then I realized, I know. I realized he gave you a dirty look because you didn't say Indian style. Here's a good dad joke. Ryan made fun of Scott looking like a beached beluga whale because of him being out of shape. Now I heard he looks like that on purpose.
Oh, that was a good one.
Scott talked about how he can't smoke weed because he's afraid it's going to kill him. That's also why he can't smoke minorities. I have another one. Let's see if this Scott talked about how he can't smoke weed because he's afraid it's going to kill him. Instead, he just smokes 2 packs of cigarettes a day.
There you go.
And lastly, Nick was talking about how Scott will have a butler when he's on vacation. I'm super relieved to hear that. Not that he has a butler, but because that's what we're calling it now. What Scott specifically requested cannot be repeated on the show.
Oh my God.
And those are my cliff notes.
Wow. Thank you so much, Chris. Before we wrap this up, there question in chat, what's going on with Astro? Have you turned him into a pleasure bot yet?
He did have me sign an NDA not too long ago, so I cannot discuss the activities that he and I may or may not perform. But if you do want to swing by, we'll give you my address and you can witness what I have done with him. It's pretty impressive.
It was pretty funny. You sent us a video the other day because you had your Uber delivered to your office instead of your house. So you had to drive in, and there's a little Astro because he saw movement outside.
The worst part about that, and this is only a 30-second story, so I'll tell it real quick, is I was talking to Alex, and I was like, I think I was talking to Alex. I was talking to you guys too. The story is not longer than 30 seconds. And I didn't want to leave my house to go get Taco Bell, so I door dashed it. And it took me I accidentally door dashed it to my office, and it then took me as long as it would have taken me to get to Taco Bell to go pick it up at the office. But yes, Astro was there looking at me with his bold eyes from beyond the glass store.
See, at that point, I would have just reordered DoorDash and let the Coyotes have
delivered the wrong address
stuff in there. Well, I would have changed the address and I'd let the Coyote eat the stuff in the front into the office. You can connect with us. All of our social media links are right there on our website, nonewfriendspodcast.com. While you're there, check out our sweet merchandise. Buy some of it. Don't just check it out. Buy some of it. The designs that are on the website, they don't actually exist anymore. So you actually have to go to the TeePublic site, which there's a link on our website there. And then also you can join our Patreon. For as low as $2 a month, you can watch us record everything live, get access to different contests, exclusive access to cutting room floor and interviews that we've never aired. You can click on our YouTube link. It's on our website and watch us. Just subscribe and watch us live every week. All right. On behalf of Game Master Ryan, our Lord and Savior Remy, Abby, our producer Alex, Nick, Sarah, Chris, I'm Scott. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye, bitches.